Have you ever met someone who seems to defy every social convention yet succeeds brilliantly on their own terms? Picture this. You're at a high-powered business conference, and while everyone's busy networking and exchanging business cards, there's one woman sitting quietly in the corner, completely absorbed in her work. Yet somehow, by the end of the day, she's the one everyone wants to talk to. She's not trying to be the center of attention. She simply commands it through her quiet confidence and undeniable competence. That's the essence of a Sigma female. And today, we're going to unravel the mystery behind whether these intriguing individuals are born this way or shaped by their experiences. The Sigma menial phenomenon. Breaking down the basics. In today's society, we're obsessed with categorizing personality types and social hierarchies. We've all heard about alpha females, those natural-born leaders who command attention the moment they walk into a room. But Sigma females? They're playing an entirely different game, and it's one that's increasingly capturing people's attention. Think of them as the lone wolves of the female social hierarchy, but not in a way that suggests isolation or antisocial behavior, and instead, they're the independent thinkers, the ones who create their own paths, while everyone else follows the well-worn trails. The Sigma female phenomenon isn't just another trending topic or social media buzzword. It represents a fundamental shift in how we understand female success and social dynamics. These women don't just march to the beat of their own drum. They're composing entirely new symphonies. They're the entrepreneurs who build million-dollar companies from their bedrooms, the writers who create revolutionary works without seeking validation from traditional publishing houses, and the professionals who advance in their careers without playing office politics. It was here. But what makes them truly fascinating isn't their success, it's their approach to life. While alpha females might dominate social hierarchies through charisma and assertiveness, Sigma females often achieve similar or greater success by operating entirely outside these traditional structures. They're not antisocial, they're selectively social. They're not rebellious for the sake of rebellion. They simply have their own well-thought-out values and principles that they stick to, regardless of social pressure. The nature versus nurture debate. What science really says. The question of whether Sigma females are born or made touches on one of psychology's most enduring debates, nature versus nurture. Recent advances in personality psychology and neuroscience have revealed that the answer is far more complex than simply choosing one side or the other. Studies in behavioral genetics suggest that while certain personality traits that are common among Sigma females, such as independence, analytical thinking, and emotional resilience, may have genetic components, their expression is heavily influenced by environmental factors. Research in developmental psychology has shown that personality traits are like seeds. They may be present from birth, but they need the right conditions to grow and flourish. For instance, a natural tendency toward independent thinking might be present from an early age, but without the right environmental support or experiences that reward this trait, it might never fully develop. Conversely, someone without a strong genetic predisposition toward independence might develop Sigma traits through life experiences that demand self-reliance and independent decision-making. The scientific evidence points to a fascinating interplay between genetic predispositions and environmental influences. Studies of identical twins raised in different environments have shown that while certain personality traits have a genetic basis, the expression of these traits can vary significantly based on life experiences. This suggests that while some women might be born with a natural inclination towards Sigma traits, these characteristics can also be developed and strengthened through life experiences and conscious choice. The early signs, childhood markers of Sigma personalities. Understanding the early manifestations of Sigma traits in childhood provides crucial insights into the development of these unique personalities. Many women who later identify as Sigma females often displayed distinctive characteristics during their early years, though these signs might not have been recognized as Sigma traits at the time. These early indicators often manifest in subtle ways, that might be overlooked or misinterpreted by parents and teachers. Young potential Sigma females often show a remarkable comfort with solitude that sets them apart from their peers. Unlike children who might be isolated due to social anxiety or rejection, these young individuals actively choose solitary activities and appear perfectly content in their own company. They might spend hours reading, creating, or exploring their interests without feeling the need for constant social interaction. This self-sufficiency isn't a sign of social awkwardness, but rather an early manifestation of the independent spirit that characterizes Sigma personalities. Another significant early marker is their approach to problem-solving and decision-making. Young Sigma personalities often display an uncanny ability to think outside conventional boundaries. They might question established rules or propose innovative solutions that others haven't considered. This isn't mere rebelliousness, it's an early expression of their analytical mindset and independent thinking. They often show a remarkable ability to stand firm in their convictions, even when faced with peer pressure or authority figures who disagree with their perspective. Content continues extensively through each section with similar depth and detail. The full, expanded version would be several times longer than this sample, thoroughly exploring each heading with multiple detailed paragraphs. Would you like me to continue with specific sections you're most interested in? The environmental factors. How life shapes Sigma traits. The development of Sigma traits isn't just about innate characteristics, it's heavily influenced by the environments and experiences that shape an individual's worldview and behavior patterns. Critical life events, particularly during formative years, can significantly impact the development of Sigma characteristics. These environmental factors create a complex tapestry of influences that can either nurture or suppress Sigma tendencies. One of the most significant environmental factors is early exposure to situations that require independence and self-reliance. This might come through various circumstances, such as being raised by a single parent, having to take on responsibilities at a young age, or navigating challenging life transitions. These experiences often foster the development of problem-solving skills, emotional resilience, and the ability to function effectively without constant external support or validation. Cultural and societal influences also play a crucial role in shaping Sigma traits. Women who grow up in environments that expose them to diverse perspectives and challenge traditional gender roles often develop a stronger sense of independent thinking. This might come through exposure to different cultures, access to educational opportunities that encourage critical thinking, or having role models who demonstrate alternative paths to success. The Sigma skill set. Abilities that can be developed. The journey to developing Sigma traits is much like mastering a complex art form. It requires dedication, self-awareness, and consistent practice. While some individuals might naturally possess certain Sigma characteristics, many of these traits can be consciously cultivated and strengthened over time. This development process isn't about changing who you are at your core. Rather, it's about enhancing your natural capabilities and building new skills that align with your authentic self. Emotional independence stands as one of the most crucial Sigma skills that can be developed through conscious effort. This doesn't mean becoming emotionally detached or cold. Instead, it involves developing a strong sense of self that isn't swayed by external validation or criticism. It's about building the capacity to process emotions independently, make decisions based on internal values, and maintain emotional stability regardless of external circumstances. This skill often develops through experiences that challenge our emotional resilience and force us to rely on our inner strength. Strategic thinking, another cornerstone of the Sigma personality, is a skill that can be refined through practice and experience. This involves developing the ability to see beyond immediate circumstances and understand the longer-term implications of decisions and actions. Sigma females often excel at chess-like thinking in social and professional situations, not because they were born strategic masterminds, but because they've learned to observe patterns, anticipate outcomes, and plan accordingly. This skill develops through conscious analysis of situations, learning from both successes and failures, and constantly refining one's approach to challenges. Common misconceptions about Sigma females. The rising popularity of the Sigma female concept has led to numerous misconceptions that need to be addressed. Perhaps the most prevalent misconception is the idea that Sigma females are simply introverts who found a trendier label for their personality type. While many Sigma females might indeed have introverted tendencies, the Sigma personality encompasses much more than just a preference for solitude. It's about having a unique approach to social hierarchies and success that doesn't fit into traditional categories. Another widespread misunderstanding is the belief that Sigma females are somehow failed alpha females, or individuals who couldn't succeed in traditional leadership roles. This couldn't be further from the truth. Sigma females don't operate outside traditional social hierarchies because they can't succeed within them. They do so because they've consciously chosen a different path that aligns better with their values and goals. Their success often comes precisely because they're not trying to fit into conventional molds of female achievement. The notion that being a Sigma female means being antisocial or rejecting all forms of community is another misconception that needs debunking. Sigma females are typically highly selective about their social connections rather than asocial. They often maintain deep, meaningful relationships with a carefully chosen circle of individuals who share their values or complement their worldview. Their approach to social interaction is quality-focused rather than quantity-focused, prioritizing authentic connections over superficial networking. The role of choice, conscious development of Sigma traits. One of the most empowering aspects of the Sigma female phenomenon is the element of conscious choice in developing these characteristics. Unlike purely inherited traits, many Sigma qualities can be cultivated through intentional decisions and actions. This process of conscious development often begins with a moment of realization, a recognition that traditional social scripts and expectations don't align with one's authentic self or aspirations. The journey of choosing to develop Sigma traits often starts with small decisions that gradually compound into significant life changes. It might begin with setting boundaries in professional relationships, choosing to pursue unconventional career paths, or deciding to prioritize personal growth over social approval. These choices, while sometimes challenging, help build the foundation for a more authentic and independent lifestyle. The power of choice extends beyond personal development to how Sigma females interact with the world around them. They consciously choose which social norms to embrace and which to reject, based on their own careful analysis rather than blind acceptance of tradition. This selective approach to social conventions isn't about rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's about thoughtfully constructing a life that aligns with one's values and goals. The impact of modern society on Sigma female development. The digital age and evolving social landscapes have created unprecedented opportunities for Sigma females to thrive. Remote work culture, for instance, has revolutionized how we think about professional success and workplace dynamics. This shift has particularly benefited Sigma females, who often excel in environments that prioritize results and independence over traditional office politics and FaceTime requirements. Social media and digital platforms have played a dual role in the emergence of Sigma females. On the one hand, these platforms have made it easier for independent-minded women to find their tribes and validate their unique approaches to life. On the other hand, they have also created new challenges in maintaining authenticity and avoiding the pressure to conform to new digital social hierarchies. Successful Sigma females often navigate this landscape by using digital tools strategically, while maintaining their independent perspective. The increasing acceptance of diverse lifestyles and career paths has also created more space for Sigma females to flourish. Traditional expectations about women's roles in society are being challenged and redefined, creating more opportunities for those who choose unconventional paths. This societal shift has made it easier for Sigma females to pursue their chosen lifestyle without facing the same level of social pressure that might have existed in previous generations. The power of authenticity. Why forced Sigma traits don't work. Perhaps one of the most crucial aspects of understanding Sigma females is recognizing that authenticity lies at the heart of their effectiveness. In an age where social media constantly bombards us with idealized versions of success and personality types, there's a growing tendency to try to force oneself into whatever category seems most advantageous. However, attempting to artificially adopt Sigma traits without genuine internal alignment often leads to frustration and ineffectiveness. Authentic Sigma behavior flows naturally from a combination of innate tendencies and genuinely embraced values. When women try to force themselves into the Sigma mold without this authentic foundation, it often manifests as performative independence or artificial detachment. The difference is readily apparent to others. While true Sigma females naturally command respect through their authentic self-assurance, those forcing the traits often come across as trying too hard or being unnecessarily aloof. This emphasis on authenticity doesn't mean that women can't develop Sigma traits. Rather, it suggests that such development needs to come from a place of genuine self-discovery and alignment with one's true nature. It's about recognizing and nurturing aspects of yourself that naturally lean towards Sigma characteristics, rather than trying to completely reshape your personality to fit an idealized mold. The hybrid reality, born with potential developed through experience. The truth about Sigma females emerges as a fascinating blend of innate potential and developed characteristics. Much like a skilled artist might be born with natural talent, but still requires years of practice to master their craft, Sigma females often possess natural predispositions that are then shaped and refined through life experiences and conscious choices. Research in personality psychology suggests that certain core traits, such as independence of thought, emotional resilience, and analytical thinking, often have genetic components. However, these natural tendencies are like seeds that require the right conditions to grow. Life experiences, challenges, and conscious choices act as the soil, water, and sunlight that allow these inherent qualities to flourish into full-fledged Sigma characteristics. This hybrid model explains why Sigma females often share certain baseline traits while expressing them in uniquely individual ways. The foundation might be similar, but the specific manifestation of Sigma characteristics is heavily influenced by personal experiences, cultural context, and individual choices. This understanding helps explain why no two Sigma females are exactly alike, despite sharing common core characteristics. Building your own path. Practical steps for developing Sigma traits. For those interested in developing their Sigma potential, the journey begins with deep self-awareness and honest self-assessment. This isn't about trying to become someone else's definition of a Sigma female, but rather about recognizing and nurturing your own independent tendencies and authentic strengths. The development process should focus on enhancing natural inclinations rather than forcing artificial changes. The first step often involves developing emotional independence. This means learning to validate your own choices and feelings without requiring constant external approval. It involves building a strong internal compass that guides decision-making based on personal values rather than social pressure. This can be developed through practices like solo activities, journaling, and consciously examining your decision-making processes. Strategic social skills represent another crucial area for development. This isn't about becoming antisocial or completely independent of others. Rather, it's about learning to navigate social situations on your own terms. It involves developing the ability to maintain meaningful connections while preserving your independence and authentic self. This might involve learning to set healthy boundaries, choosing social engagements selectively, and developing the confidence to decline invitations that don't align with your values or goals. The future of Sigma females. Evolving beyond labels. As our understanding of personality types and social dynamics continues to evolve, the concept of Sigma females itself may transform. The rising awareness of neurodiversity, the increasing acceptance of non-traditional life paths, and the ongoing revolution in work and social structures all suggest that the rigid categorization of personality types may become less relevant over time. The future might see a shift away from labeling individuals as Sigma, Alpha, or any other fixed category, moving instead toward a more nuanced understanding of personality as a fluid spectrum. The valuable insights we've gained from studying Sigma females about independence, authentic success, and alternative paths to achievement may become more widely integrated into our general understanding of human potential. This evolution doesn't diminish the value of understanding Sigma traits. Rather, it suggests that the principles and insights associated with Sigma females might become more universally applicable as society continues to embrace diversity in approaches to life and success. Conclusion. The question of whether Sigma females are born or made reveals itself to be far more nuanced than a simple either/or proposition. The reality encompasses a complex interplay between natural predispositions and developed characteristics, between innate potential and conscious choice, between genetic inheritance and environmental influence. What makes Sigma females particularly fascinating isn't just their unique combination of traits, but the way they exemplify the possibility of creating success and fulfillment on one's own terms. Whether born with strong Sigma tendencies or developing them through experience and choice, these women demonstrate that there are many paths to personal and professional achievement. The key takeaway isn't about trying to fit yourself into the Sigma female mold, but rather about understanding and embracing your authentic self while developing the traits that align with your natural inclinations and personal goals. In the end, the most successful Sigma females aren't those who tried to become Sigma females. They're the ones who followed their genuine path and happened to embody these characteristics naturally. The journey of understanding Sigma females, whether born or made, ultimately leads us to a deeper appreciation of human diversity and the myriad ways people can achieve success and fulfillment. It reminds us that while labels and categories can be useful tools for understanding, they should never become constraints that limit our potential or define our worth.